The Servant Teams program is a 10-month gap year experience to empower young adults of diverse backgrounds and learn about missions from both a local and global context.
We want to invite you to join Servant Teams this year. Love God and serve together as you gain new skills and new experiences in preparation for a life of effective ministry. Our vision at Lahash is to share the good news of Jesus and compassionate care with vulnerable kids in East Africa. At Servant Teams, you spend time learning from our team, our ministry partners, and local leaders.
For this reason, we start the Servant Teams program in Portland, Oregon, and this is where the Lahash International Office is based.
There's an academic-based portion of it where you learn about God as a pursuer and how we're made in the image of God and what that looks like as we serve.
In Portland, it starts off and just really goes head on into some serious theology and challenges your faith, really.
So we started with just kind of how we see God and this idea of Trinitarian theology. And then from there, we built onto other things, so like justice and poverty and hunger and cross-cultural ministry and all of that stuff.
I think that was my biggest realization through Servant Teams, is that wow, this is biblical. This is what Christ calls us to do, and we need to do more of it.
You have the theological component, you have the scriptural component, and then you have best practices that you're learning from people on the ground doing the same things that you want to do.
In Portland, you basically spend a couple of days a week going to your local internship, and you'll do whatever tasks it is that that organization has you do. But while you're at Lahash, you get to help out around the office with sponsorship and also with media, wherever it is that their talents lie.
The best people you can learn from are people who are engaging their communities right now. That's why in the Portland portion, you're learning from local and seasoned leaders. And when you head off to East Africa with one of our Lahash partners, you'll be learning under and alongside the grassroots leaders there.
We've been able to meet the people that are here all the time working with these kids, and to see that they are fully devoted to God's work and giving themselves to others. It's just been really, really encouraging for me to see that there are really people that believe the gospel and are living out the gospel the best way they can.
I'd say when you get to East Africa, just come ready to learn how to be relational, come ready to learn how to drink tea with people, come ready to listen, come ready to play games. It's a very relational portion of our experience. So you're coming and you're saying, how can I help? How can I come alongside you today?
When you engage with relationship at the center of everything, all the book knowledge, everything we learn in the Servant Teams program will move from our head down to our heart.
The moments where we could be relational were the best moments because it was through those moments that they opened up to us. Kids opened up to us. They wanted to hang out with us. They wanted to talk to us and tell us their stories, and that made it so much more worth being there.
So when you join the Servant Teams program, you're all in with us. And we do everything together. We raise support together, we reach our goals together, and we learn and grow together. It's all done communally, and we share the load. And I think that's the way that missions brings in more voices and is done again in a holistic way. And that's something we really want to encourage, so that if you feel called, there's nothing standing in your way to be in this program.
From the beginning of Servant Teams, we've talked about the beauty of multiculturalism and multi-ethnicity and wanting that to be a part of this from the beginning. It's about expression of the beauty and all of who God is, right? And the more diverse we can be, the more we see God.
The beauty of it is that we are the church, and we're not in it on our own. We're in it as a community.
You're the church, I'm the church, and together we should pursue missions, and it should impact every aspect of our life.
So if you're interested in all of this, if you have a heart for missions or learning more about how God is a loving triune God, and you just want to dive deeper in that relationship with Him and with other people in a way that engages communities here in the United States as well as abroad, then Servant Teams is the perfect program for you.
This year, love God, serve together, join Servant Teams.
I would definitely recommend Servant Teams to others. It's a great opportunity to deepen your relationship with God and understand what He meant when He says, go out into the nations and make disciples.
I would definitely recommend this to other people. It's difficult, but it's so worth it. It's such a good thing.
It's so worth it. So take a year. Figure out who you are. Figure out what God's calling you and what you want to be.